Our top story tonight, the Ohio Parole Board has officially denied the request from a former University of Toledo police officer and admitted killer. Jeffrey Hodge will remain behind bars for the 1992 murder of 19-year-old Melissa Herstrum. Michael Tater dug into this case and has reaction now from the family and those affected.
Well, that's right, Melissa, Jeff. This is a huge weight off the shoulders of Melissa's family and those who feared for Hodge's release. The parole board voted unanimously 6-0 to keep Hodge behind bars, citing a lack of remorse and a risk to public safety.
When you sent that text to me today telling me that he was denied parole, there was a dramatic sense of relief that I felt.
Anna Kolin joins Melissa Herstrum's family and so many others impacted by Jeffrey Hodge in a sigh of relief. The Ohio Parole Board ruled that he will remain behind bars for another 10 years, citing the brutal and deliberate nature of the crime, along with the betrayal of the public trust as a police officer.
I think this is absolutely the right decision. Justice has been served.
Kolin shared her personal story with WTOL 11 last week. She says Hodge pulled her over 24 hours before Melissa's murder. She believes it could have been her that night if her boyfriend hadn't pulled up a short time later. And she was afraid for her safety after speaking out, and for Melissa's family if he would have been released.
Not just Melissa and her family, which clearly was, obviously the most impacted by this, but the community as a whole. There was a lot of trust that was damaged in our community as a result of that.
The parole board agreed, saying his release would create, quote, an undue risk to public safety, noting Hodge neither took responsibility nor showed remorse for his crimes. It's something attorney Peter Weinberger, who represented the Herstrum family in the 90s, said had to be factored into the decision.
He shows no remorse is an indication that he's unpredictable. And if released, the risk of significant danger to the society is going to be there.
And now Weinberger, who you just heard from there, said that after 30 years of knowing this family, he believes they would actually forgive Hodge at some point. But they say they can't forgive someone who won't show remorse for his actions. And the family released a statement thanking all those who wrote to the parole board for Melissa, adding, Jeffrey Hodge is locked up tight in prison for another 10 years. We will always be fighting to keep him incarcerated for the remainder of his life. And his next parole hearing is scheduled for September 2031. Live in studio, Michael Tater, WTOL 11.